Good morning, guys. Dave Schmitz, resistancebandtraining.com. I want to come from the band gym today because I want to show you 5 different setups you can use to train arms. Yeah, specifically bicep and tricep training. Now, understand these setups can also be used for a lot of other exercises, and also understand this. I'm going to just show you with specific bands hooked up today so I can go through the discussion here quickly. You need to use the correct size bands for your strength and your abilities. So make sure that you don't just automatically assume you should use the color I'm using in this setup that I'm about to show you. So with that said, let's get into it. 5 different setups to train arms. The first one you've seen me use a lot, obviously, and it's a pretty standard one. It's just 2 bands linked around onto the bar. You can go ahead and you can work bicep training here, and then you're just stepping back and you can go ahead and hit tricep training over here. Very standard way to do it. My suggestion is this is probably how you want to go ahead and make sure you do it if you can. Another great option to go ahead and do is if you only have single bands. Let's say you only have single bands. In this case, you need a pair of bands, but in this case, you only have single bands. Well, what you can do is you can take a bigger band, hook it on, and then take a smaller band and hook it through. So I'll pull this out for you to see. So you can see how I have a smaller band hooked into a bigger band. Now, benefits of this. Well, you can have single bands, so you don't need to have 2 of the same size bands. Another benefit is there's a longer system, so the versatility and the resistance that this creates is going to be much more versatile, and it's also going to be much more accommodating. The other thing is you can go ahead, as long as you hook a smaller band into a bigger band, you don't have to worry about over-tensioning either band. Again though, guys, this is arm training. I don't expect you to have to be generating a ton of resistance with this exercise. So this is a nice setup to go ahead and do for both tricep and bicep. Now we're going to pop this out. Your third setup is a simple one. Just go ahead and use the band setup like this. Now the key here will be to step on it and put it behind you, because that's going to create enough length for you to go ahead and work your biceps that way. Now if you want to work triceps, you're going to probably have to kneel down, get into this position to work triceps, because otherwise the band is going to be too short for most of you. This is a pretty good challenge, all right? So when you go to this setup, make sure you be careful with it. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to our 4th setup, which is an attachment-free setup as well, where you just grab the band. You see me do hammer curls a lot with this. You're just going to set it up and work it like that. So that's your 4th setup. Obviously, you've seen me do triceps by just going in with one foot and locking it up. I like this one a lot because it's so quick and easy. And again, the benefit of this, all you need is a band. Now, the final setup is going back to this and also using a hookup, all right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the band around the bar and we're going to hook it up. Now, here's the key about this exercise. You have now shortened the band by 50%, which means you no longer have a 2-yard distance to stretch. The nice thing about this is you don't need much space, and you can go ahead and hit your bicep and your tricep training very easily in this position. The key thing is making sure you don't overstretch the band. There you go, guys. 5 setups, 5 different ways to go ahead and train bicep, triceps using the bands. Hope you enjoyed that. Try them all out. See which one you like the best.